get you? Okay. Do inspection.
On scale.
So, you used to use a wringer washer, which we no longer have, but this is just a cheap Smith mixer from Princess Auto. I'm sure you can get the same thing at Harbor Freight in the States.
No, this is an odd scale.
So that took what, 20 minutes?
About 15. Yep.
15 minutes, so say 20 minutes.
Yeah, I got the odd scale, but if I went another 5 minutes, I wouldn't have a scale.
But you get that with the wringer washer too, don't you? The odd scale?
The odd one, yeah.
And these are gaspreau, and they scale harder than herring, so that's good. Yeah. So how much time is that going to save you on 10 dozen fish?
Well, just half the time.
Half the time?
It'll take you just as long to scale them as it does to split them. So.
Okay, so there's scale. Let's look at the smokehouse. So I still haven't put the bats on, but it's working just fine without them. So there's the, I just knocked that down a few minutes ago, so it's not smoking as much as it normally does, but let's build a fire and cover it with sawdust. And it's hard to see, but there's, how much, when did we put those in 2 days ago? What, 10 dozen was it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll give you a better look at them when I take them down in about an hour. Okay. So, fire's just about out. We got 2 sticks left up there. So these are about, let's see, about 1, 2, 3. That's probably 4, 5, 6, 7, probably 10 feet to those ones, 9 and 8. So they're ways above the fire. Here's some that we just took out. This is only the second batch that we put through the smokehouse. Working on the third batch now. So this is 48 hours. These ones were in there a little longer than 48 hours, but the fire went out on us twice because right now we're just using up a whole bunch of scrap that we had left over from building the smokehouse and some other stuff. So it doesn't last very long. It's not like sticking a piece of hardwood in there. So these sticks will turn black eventually, but yeah, they're going to be tasty. I already had some. Like I said, 48 hours. It's a cold smoke. There's a little bit of heat in it, not very much, just enough to dehydrate them a bit. And the design of the smokehouse is quite important too. I haven't put the bats on yet, just because we've had so much rain lately. But when I do put the bats on, the section above the door, I'm not going to bat that. And same thing over there, there'll be about 4 gaps that I'm not going to bother batting. That one there I might bat because it's pretty big. But I might bat it just up to there or something. But what that'll do, it lets the wind go through. This one has a metal roof, so when it's running, smoke and heat comes out there and it sucks air in through here. It does a really good job at dehydrating the fish and getting it well smoked. The smokehouse we had when I was a kid, Dad built, was about this size, might have been a little bit taller. It worked really well too, but it was something that we made, well, before I was born, but something my father made, you know, basically out of junk because didn't have any money and, you know, just a little outport, so you kind of did what you could with what you had. But this one is working really well. It's just as good as that one. 2 days in the other one, and 2 days in this one works really well. I think once I get everything batted up around the sides, I might be able to cut that down to maybe 20 hours or something. So anyway, just wanted to share this video. I'll go over how we do it. So we've got our fish just sitting in cold water right now. They'll stay in there for about 20 minutes, half an hour. 15 is kind of a good measurement, 15 of everything. when we were using a washer to scale them, 15 minutes would scale them, but this one takes about a half an hour. But it does a really good job. So half an hour in that, half an hour in there. Any little loose scales will come to the surface, and that'll get most of the blood out. And then we've got a pickle ready to go right there. That is a half a kg of salt. So the 1 kg boxes, I don't know what they are in the States. I don't know if they're 2 pounds or 2.2 pounds, whatever they are. Half a box of salt and about 6 inches of water. Dump them in, leave them for 15 minutes, and then take them out. Now, if the water's bloody, you got to make a new one for the second batch. If the water's not bloody at all, so if it stays clear, you can use it again for the second bucket. So we'll see how that happens. Anyway, then you just hang them up and smoke them for 2 days, and you can eat these raw. They're pretty tasty. They're just the way I like them. Some people like them not done quite as much, but I like them like that. They're pretty tasty. These are really popular over in the UK. When we were still living over in the harbour, there's a row of cottages there, and there'd be a fellow that would come over every morning. He'd buy 2 kippers. That's before we started stripping them. That's when we just had a herring that was split down the back and opened up, and it's a popular breakfast food over there. But, yeah, the English fellow would come over and he'd buy 2 kippers every morning for his breakfast. So anyway, it's nice to be back doing, you know, something that we were doing when I was a kid. So anyway, thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you next time. Any questions, put them down below. I'll do my best to answer.